Welcome to AI for Beginners Demystified, the podcast that makes artificial intelligence simple, practical, and profitable for small business owners. Each week, we turn complex AI concepts into real-world strategies you can use to grow your business. Hosted by the team at Internet Marketing Services. This is AI for Beginners Demystified, where the future of business starts today. Let's get started.
Welcome to AI for Beginners Demystified, the podcast that makes artificial intelligence simple, practical, and exciting. I'm Rick Samara.
And I'm Paul Stober. Okay, so today we're digging into something huge, a real competitive edge that honestly most small businesses are just missing out on right now. And it kicks off with this pretty stark number.
Generally, fewer than 15% of small businesses, right? We're talking companies with under 50 employees, are actually using AI tools to get more productive.
Just picture that for a second. 85%, maybe your direct competitors, are still doing things the old way.
Manually writing personalized emails, trying to keep up with every single online review, juggling social media posts.
This isn't just a minor issue. It's a massive untapped opportunity for you listening right now to really pull ahead.
Exactly. And that's really our mission here today. We need to bridge this gap, this disconnect between what artificial intelligence can actually do for a small business owner who isn't, a tech guru and what they think it can do. There's this assumption floating around that AI is just for Silicon Valley types with massive budgets, or that you need to be a coding expert.
That idea is costing entrepreneurs real time, real money, real potential.
So we're going to show you why this tech is, not only affordable and easy to get started with, but also why it's actually built on a solid foundation. Even though it feels so new, it's genuinely ready to be like your lowest cost, hardest working employee.
Right. We'll break down why those common feelings about AI just don't hold up anymore.
And we'll give you that one key bit of history you need to sort of grasp the current AI boom. And then, importantly, get really specific about the low-cost things you can start using, almost immediately. So let's unpack those initial worries first.
Yeah. Looking at what entrepreneurs are saying, there are basically three big concerns holding back that 85%. They sound kind of logical on the surface, but they just don't match where things are today. The concerns are pretty straightforward.
First of all, isn't this AI stuff just for, huge tech companies? Secondly, isn't AI way too expensive for my small business budget? And third, it feels so new. Can I really trust it with important business stuff?
And, look, those concerns are totally understandable. They come from, the history of AI, which for a very long time, it moved incredibly slowly.
The actual term artificial intelligence, it was coined way back in 1956 at the Dartmouth conference. I mean, we're talking about a field that's nearly 70 years old. And for most of those decades, you're right, progress was slow. It was specialized. AI was kind of hidden away, in university labs, government projects, and big corporate back offices. Think really complex stuff like deep sea shipping logistics, or banks using it for sophisticated fraud detection. Unless you work for a massive company, you just assumed AI wasn't for you. It was out of reach.
Okay. But if the basic tech has been simmering for 70 years, why did it suddenly explode into everyone's awareness in late 2022? Why did small business owners suddenly start thinking, hey, maybe I need this? What was the big shift?
Oh, that's the absolute key point. It wasn't just, a clever marketing push or one new app. It was the scaling up, the massive improvement of a specific technical development called the transformer architecture. That's the engine behind these modern large language models, the LLMs. This architecture basically allowed AI to understand and generate human-like text with frankly startling fluency. So when tools like ChatGPT hit the public in late 2022, they offered a really simple text-based way to interact with that super powerful AI application. Suddenly, anyone could use it, chatting with it. All that underlying complexity vanished for the user, and the usefulness just went mainstream almost overnight.
Right. That sudden visibility, that ease of use that helps us tackle those two big myths head on, cost and trust.
Let's start with cost, because this idea that AI demands some huge upfront investment, that might be the single biggest blocker keeping small businesses from tapping into this power. But the facts we've looked at are pretty clear. Most of these really capable AI applications, let's just call them chatbots, and ChatGPT is certainly the only one out there. These days, there are solid free versions to start with, and even when you look at the paid plans, the ones that really unlock serious productivity, you're only talking about $20 a month if you need to upgrade. Think about that number. Only $20 a month for tools like ChatGPT.
Then you put that $20 next to the alternative. The value is just, well, it's kind of a no-brainer. That $20 a month is way cheaper and infinitely faster than hiring even a part-time freelancer to perform basic tasks.
Yeah. Drafting content, doing additional research, and whipping up some ad copy ideas. Small business owners often wear all these hats, right? They try to do everything. But now you can essentially get a digital assistant for like pocket change. It's a huge shift.
Yeah. Okay. So cost is manageable. What about that trust issue? The feeling that because we only really started hearing about ChatGPT and similar tools in late 2022, just too new, too untested for critical business functions.
Yeah. That myth is completely tied to just a public launch date. It feels new because we can all suddenly use it easily, but the technology underneath it all, the engineering, the massive amounts of data used for training, the core research behind these large language models, that's the result of decades of intense, competitive, rigorous work. It's actually highly established, well-vetted technology.
Okay.
It's just that now it's readily available. It's accessible. The only thing that really changed fundamentally is accessibility. It's ready for your team now, not just some research lab at a university.
Which circles back to that central irony, doesn't it? The businesses that could benefit the most from automation have the tightest resources. You know, the solo entrepreneurs, the small teams, they're the ones using it the least. So if you're listening and you're thinking, okay, I'm ready to explore this.
Absolutely. Think strategically here. Our sources point very clearly to one starting point, your customer relationship manager or your CRM. It really is the central nervous system for your business.
Right.
It can handle a lot of business functions, handling finance, sales, and marketing data. It's the place where integrating AI can have the lowest friction, but the highest impact really quickly. AI isn't about replacing your smart decisions or your business vision.
Yeah, it's about handling the tedious, time-consuming stuff that actually stops you from making more of those smart decisions.
By plugging AI into your CRM workflow, you can tackle really valuable but non-technical tasks almost right away. We're talking about things like drafting customized client proposals based on past interactions stored in the CRM, or summarizing hours of meeting notes into bullet points in seconds, maybe creating 3 different versions of a social media post in, 2 minutes?
Just pick the one that suits your needs.
For social media posts, you probably want a picture to go with the post. AI can do this for you, analyzing customer trends without needing to hire an expensive data analyst. And the key is, none of that requires you to learn coding or become a tech expert. It just needs a bit of curiosity, the willingness to try it out.
Okay, I get it. But let's point out that this is based on machine learning. The AI software identifies patterns, stores them in memory, and builds upon that memory. And that's all stored within the CRM.
So let's get really practical. Here's the blueprint for listeners. This idea of a low-cost sort of guided toolkit. It's designed to skip the overwhelm of trying to pick from thousands of different AI tools out there. Our system calls this our AI employee. This AI employee actually performs 6 different AI functions.
This sounds like something any business would want to put to work.
Think of it as making your first digital hire. It's all focused on getting immediate, tangible results without too steep of a learning curve.
Exactly.
This bundles the core functions a small team needs to actually compete effectively with bigger players who have more resources.
Yeah. And crucially, these often aren't like 6 separate apps you have to subscribe to and learn.
It's like an action kit ready to go. So let's break down what's in AI Employee. First, there is Voice AI. Think of it as a virtual receptionist. This virtual receptionist handles routine customer calls, answers basic questions, and this is a really powerful part. It automatically transcribes the call and logs the caller's details and the reason for the call right into your CRM. That means a human can follow up quickly and efficiently, already knowing the context.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but the call can also be answered directly by the business owner. Maybe a business just wants to turn on their virtual receptionist when they are doing a job at lunch, in a meeting, or simply use it after hours. Because this voice AI receptionist works around the clock every day and never takes time off. And this voice AI receptionist pairs well with conversation AI, right? The website chatbot, not those annoying, useless boxes from years ago.
This is different.
It's trained specifically on your business information, your pricing, your services, your FAQs, everything. It handles those common questions instantly, 24/7, freeing up your actual team from answering the same 10 things over and over again.
Precisely.
Then there's Reviews AI. Oh, man, this is a time saver. I know a small business owner runs a catering company that used to spend half a day every couple of weeks just manually replying to every single Google and Facebook review. Reviews AI automates that initial personalized response to make sure every comment gets acknowledged promptly, professionally, based on the tone you set. It handles the sheer volume, so you only need to step in for the really specific or strategic issues.
The time saved just on marketing tasks alone must be incredible.
Oh, absolutely. Which leads us to Content AI. This is where you connect your main social media channels, your Google business profile, Facebook business page, Instagram account, LinkedIn, and maybe TikTok or Pinterest as well. Then maybe based on just a single bullet point you give it or a recent piece of company news, the AI generates both the text for posts and relevant images.
It can seriously take what might have been a week-long headache of content planning and creation and turn it into maybe an hour of just reviewing and scheduling.
And finally, let's touch on lead generation and follow up with Funnels AI and Workflow AI.
Okay, great.
Funnels AI gives you pre-made templates to quickly build those landing pages, those squeeze pages, the ones that offer something valuable like a guide or a discount, in exchange for an email address that used to need a web developer or some serious tech skills.
I know all about that.
Now it's often drag and drop right inside your CRM's marketing tools.
That makes it super easy.
And then Workflow AI provides the automated sequences of pre-built steps for following up with those new leads, assigning tasks, sending tailored messages, and tracking progress. It ensures nobody falls through the cracks.
That framing, seeing these as integrated features within a CRM or a small business suite, rather than just a confusing list of separate apps, that feels like the key insight here. It really is an action kit. And it's worth repeating that a lot of the time, the power of tools like ChatGPT is working behind the scenes within these features. So you, the business owner, might not even need your own separate paid subscription to ChatGPT itself to get these benefits.
Okay, so we've laid it out. The tech is mature enough, it's affordable, it's accessible.
Now, let's talk about why acting now is so important. There's a real sense of urgency. We're not just heading towards a tipping point, we're kind of already in it.
That's the bottom line for your small business. Absolutely. Larger companies, they're already operating on a totally different clock speed now. They're churning out detailed marketing reports in hours, not weeks, analyzing customer feedback almost in real time.
Small businesses just can't afford to keep operating at the old manual pace for much longer if they want to stay competitive.
And this really hammers home that crucial shift in thinking that AI is going to take your job. If your business decides to stick with purely manual operations, effectively, they will be relegated to slow, cumbersome tasks, making it uncompetitive in the long run. With these AI tools, businesses are able to move faster, do more, and potentially outperform the competition.
That's what smart businesses are looking for.
Yeah, the understanding you've gained here today, hopefully, is a direct path to competing on that faster, smarter level.
Right. So just to quickly recap the main takeaways for everyone listening, AI is within reach thanks to low-cost or even free options. It's not some untested fad.
It's built on decades of solid research. And probably the smartest way for any small business to start is by focusing on automating those repetitive, time-consuming tasks in sales, marketing, and admin, ideally right within your CRM system.
You don't need a tech degree or a huge budget to get started and see real results.
Which brings us to our final thought for you to chew on this week. Given that the tools to automate many of these basic sales, marketing, and customer service jobs are now available, what's the real cost?
The competitive cost of not experimenting, of sticking with the status quo.
Maybe it's time to seriously consider bringing on your first digital hire, AI employee, and grabbing that huge efficiency advantage that right now 85% of your competition is just leaving on the table.
So what's the action step for this week, Rick?
After listening to this podcast or video, write down those tedious tasks you or your employees are doing right now. Think about how much time, energy, and money this is costing you every month. Now consider replacing these tasks that your employees are performing with AI, employee enabling them to perform tasks that will help you grow your business.
In this episode, we explore the huge AI opportunity small businesses are missing right now.
With fewer than 15% of small businesses using AI tools, most are leaving time, money, and growth on the table. We break down the biggest myths holding owners back: cost, complexity, and trust, and show how AI has become affordable, reliable, and ready to use.
You learned how integrating AI into your CRM can automate repetitive tasks, boost productivity, and give you a real competitive edge. We also introduced the concept of the AI Employee, a simple, low-cost toolkit that can handle marketing, lead generation, content, and customer service tasks so you can focus on growth.
So, as you think about your own business this week, take a look at those repetitive, time-draining tasks that hold you back. Ask yourself, what's the real cost of not using AI when your competitors might be? Maybe it's time to make your first digital hire and let AI handle the busy work while you focus on building your business.
Be sure to tune in next week for another episode of AI for Beginners Demystified, where we'll continue helping you understand, adopt, and benefit from the power of AI without the tech jargon.
Thanks for listening to AI for Beginners Demystified, brought to you by Internet Marketing Services, helping small businesses harness the power of AI to work smarter and grow faster. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and visit internetmarketingservices.com to explore more AI tools, tips, and resources. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep demystifying AI.